folks, Sty North here. I'm going to do a little navigation video this afternoon. It was one of those days today. Got up early, mowed the lawn over at the homestead. When I left the homestead, it was 82 degrees in the shade. We've had rain every day for the last week, and now we've got beautiful sunshine and 82 degrees. So I figured this afternoon I'm going to do some things other than work, being it's so hot out. So I'm going to do this little navigation video. What I'm going to cover is how to find south using a watch. Okay, now there's a lot of videos on how to find south using a watch. A lot of them say, well, you need a good analog watch. You don't need an analog watch. You need to know what a clock looks like, but you don't need an analog watch. I carry a digital watch. I'm not going to push a certain kind of watch on anybody. My watch is good for 165 feet. It's water resistant, so it's a good outdoor watch. It can handle the weather, and it keeps real accurate time. And that's all you really need to have, is a watch that keeps very accurate time. Now, if you have an analog watch, you can use the watch face itself to find south. If you have a digital watch such as this one, you're going to make the watch face, and that's what we're going to do next. Is I'm going to show you how to find south using a clock, using a watch that's non-analog, that is a digital. And we're going to do it by setting up a clock right here on the ground. And so stick with me. I'm going to fade out. I'm going to readjust the camera so that you can see what I'm doing down here. I'm going to do this right at the top there because it makes it much easier for the demonstration purposes. But it works any time from morning to evening. Of course, you have to have sun in order to do this method. Now, if it's very early in the morning and the sun is just rising, you don't need to do this. If the sun is rising over here, well, it always comes up in the east. If it's setting over there and it's late in the afternoon, almost evening, well, you can count on it. That's west. So, but throughout the day, determining north and south, east and west can be a little more difficult. So I'll show you how to use the sun and your watch to set up an on-ground compass. And we'll talk about that a little bit after I get it set up. So hang with me. Okay, folks, here we are. It's the top of the hour, 3 o'clock. Now what you want to do is you want to determine where the sun is at. Simple enough. Look up at the sun. There it is. It's right there in front of me. Now I'm going to place a stick in the ground like so. Okay? Now that stick is casting a shadow. Now I'm going to take another stick and I'm going to stick it in the ground in line with that shadow. Right in line with that. Now I know I'm facing the sun. I can lay a stick beside this and I know that I'm facing the sun now. That's a direct line to the sun. Okay? Following that shadow. The reason for this second stick, that's the center of my clock. This stick is 3 o'clock. Now, if I take a longer stick and I come out here and I place another stick, well, I know based on the face of a watch, this is 9 o'clock. Okay. Now I take another long stick, go at a 90-degree angle, throw a couple more sticks in. Now you see what I've done? 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. What would this be? Well, that's going to be 12 o'clock. This will be just the opposite, 6 o'clock. Okay. So if you had a watch laying here, this would be noon. This would be 12 over here. You're only going to use the hour hand if you're using an analog watch, okay? So, this is 3 o'clock. This is where the hour hand would be pointing, not the minute hand. You don't even use the minute hand, just the hour hand. The hour hand is pointing at 3 o'clock. Okay, so now I've got 3, 6, 9, and 12. Now what I want to do, I left my hiking stick over there. You want to split halfway between noon and what time it is now. And it's 3 o'clock, so halfway in between that. You're going to split that right in half. Okay, you split that right in half. I just lay that long stick down there. Simple enough, right? This is south. The end of this long stick is pointing south. This end is pointing north. You can take another stick and lay it at a 90-degree on there. And now you've got your east and west. Okay? Now, keep in mind, this is true south. This is not magnetic south. So depending on where you are in the northern hemisphere, it's going to be a few degrees off to magnetic south. But now you have a compass. You've got north and south, east and west. Now I know, because I'm familiar with this location, that is pointing south. That's south right over there. That's where the sun sets. It's right over there, and that's where it's pointing. This will work every time, throughout the day, okay? Now, if it was noon, that's real easy. 12 o'clock is pointing due south, okay? So that's it. It's that simple. It's just like a big clock that you've created on the ground. Now, one thing I tell people is, if you use bigger sticks, leave it in place. And you go off hiking and use this as a bearing point. You go out hiking, you come back to this, and you've already got your compass laid out. Each time you stop, if you stop near a clearing like this, set one up and use that as a blaze, as a place to come back to. And you always have your compass sitting there, unless some animal comes along and knocks it apart. You've got a compass already set up for you at every stop. So, that's it, folks. Simple as that. You take your hour hand, point it at the sun, you figure your clock out, and wherever noon is, split it in half between noon and whatever time it is, and that's south. And that's north. And this is Stein North saying, thanks for watching. Like to see you all come out here to camp. I hope my winter legs didn't blind you and you couldn't see the compass. And the reason I didn't use a compass today, I want you folks to go out and try this out and then use your own compass and see how close you come to south. But there you have it. That's the end of this little video. And this is Stein North. And all of us at Camp Wilderness Thriving Fundamentals say thanks for coming along and watching. And we'll catch you in the next video. You all have a nice day, okay?